Good morning and welcome to episode 1582 of Hard Factor. It is Tuesday, November 5th, 2024, also known as Erection Day.
So hard.
Yeah. Finally, we're going to bust and it'll be over. Thank you for cheating on the news with us. 80% accuracy guaranteed on this podcast. Patreon.com/Hard Factor if you need more Hard Factor. Today, not a ton of politics on this pod, but join us for the election night live stream on X. We'll be popping around, looking at the coverage, giving some flavor of our own, starting at like 9 Eastern, probably, guys.
Yeah, it was about 9 Eastern.
About 9 Eastern. That's about when we do it.
Around 9, yeah.
I might bring you up to speed on the Trump Epstein tapes too. Not. I mean, somewhat political.
I was considering that more. It's not like exactly. Anyways,
it's more sexual than anything.
Yeah, sexual. That's more sexual news. Feels like another toss up. We'll see how it goes this time around. Use our Kalshi code if you want to wager on it.
Look, I'm going to tell you what I did, okay? Because I talked to some journos, okay? And I looked and I did some research, and I put about a G slice on Harris when it was at 30 cents.
Ooh.
So not only is
30 cents, nice.
Not
you
only
can
is
already,
that
you can already double up.
Yeah, not only is that a great buy because I can lose that, I can sell that contract, right? Somewhere during the rise. Right now, Harris is at 46, Trump's at 54. But also, if she wins, it's obviously double up. You can still get in there and do a double up on either Trump or Harris, pretty much.
It's a triple up. It's a triple up, buddy.
It's a triple
up if she wins, it's a triple up for you.
Yeah.
But it's right now coin flip for everybody.
You're gonna need that money if she wins. You know what I mean?
No, I won't. Because I'm not affected by the tax bracket. Anyway, yep.
Inflation.
That's a myth. Inflation was pretty much caused by the COVID bill. That's what it was. Everyone voted for it.
The infinite spending, which happened under both parties. They love to spend that money and cause that inflation. But on Kalshi and in reality, it feels like another toss-up. Join us for the live stream tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern. We'll see how it goes. Use the Kalshi code, Hard Factor, if you want to wager. Today we're talking Moo Dang, of course, because Moo Dang inserts herself into the headlines when she wants to. Naughty boys, including cops and Epstein and Trump. The next Hawk Tua, really?
Maybe. Yeah. She's
big words.
Yeah, I know. A little more mature Hawk Tua, but I think she's got what it takes.
Okay. Wow. All and then the return of Imane Khelif to the headlines.
Okay, cool. Dude, this is, by the way, why we need to get on chain. If banking was on chain, then you could invest in the next Hawk Tua safely. Like you could buy shares in the next Hawk Tua, and the next Hawk Tua could sell her.
Blockchain?
Sell you shares, and then when she makes money, you're automatically going to get paid. Some sort of smart contract.
Shouldn't we be voting on blockchain too? Feels like that would be better than waiting 5 weeks for the results.
Yeah. Yes, we should. I mean, voting on blockchain will eventually happen because it's like the most infallible situation. But right now, it's electronic with backup paper ballots.
It's a bad system.
I mean, at least we have the backup paper ballots, but it takes forever. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, my state, it's like mostly just paper because it's all mail. You know.
Mm-hmm. I know.
Everybody's fucking. It's just all 100%. Yeah. Anyways, blockchain, use it. Well, you guys, who wants to go? Who wants to go? Somebody go.
I've got the ad, so I
kind of want to hear about the next Hawk Tua.
Okay. Yeah, I know you would. You're going to be excited, Pat. We might have her. We might have the next internet star based on blowjob culture, which would be fantastic. I mean, we could always
didn't know it was a culture.
Oh, it's a culture. Blowjob culture. So is handjob culture.
They're all they all have their own community, I guess. Yeah. People, enjoyers.
Yeah.
That.
I was getting a massage the other day, and
blowjob culture is pretty much just all men culture, right? I mean, pretty much.
No, women.
Well, you need depending.
It's cunnilingus culture, but I mean,
yeah. But I went to my regular
You're talking about your hand job, yeah.
Yeah, well, I didn't get a hand job, but as I was laying there, Kenny G came on. That they have those like the music in the background,
soothing music,
and it was Kenny G, the Titanic version, and I just started thinking to myself, what if I was getting a hand job to this? Just
many in the same seat have,
Yeah. I and that's what I hoped. I was like, there has to have been a guy that got a blowjob to this Kenny G version of the Titanic theme song.
Of My Heart Will Go On.
Of My Heart Will Go On.
Yeah, probably so.
Dude, speaking of which, it was a Kenny G weekend, dude. I was in the office of that venue I was at over the weekend in this venue in New Haven. It's the only place I'd ever been to where they don't promote shows that are coming up. They promote artists that have played there before. They just eat their own tail of like this. Everyone's played here, and the owner of the place goes, "Take a look over there at the wall. Take a look at that photo. Go over there. Walk over there. See what that says. What does that signature say? It's Kenneth G. It's like Kenny fucking G.
It's like a popular Chinese restaurant that has pictures of everyone that ate there.
Yep.
Yeah, like local politicians and stuff.
Or like on the Jersey Shore. Like if you don't have the boss on your wall having eaten there, you're not shit, dude.
You're going shit. No way.
You're not fucking shit.
All right. So
Kenny G played here, okay, buddy?
Yeah. Okay. What does that say? Can I read that for you? Made me read the signature.
See that K?
Let that sink in, huh?
You ready to see a picture of her?
G.
Here she is. This seemingly modest lady on the left there has turned the internet upside down thanks to a moment caught on the Denver Nuggets Jumbotron as they hosted the Utah Jazz, of all people, on Saturday night. Now, I would think that Mormons are a huge blowjob culture because they technically can't have sex. So I would imagine it's blowjobs nonstop over there.
It's got to be a great loophole from Mormons.
Yeah, and I don't know if she's a Mormon or if she's a jazz fan, but she was having a good time.
Yeah, so I watched all those videos where the guy goes to BYU's campus and then asks people on campus, like, would you rather have $1 million or a minute with Joseph Smith? And they're always like, a minute with Joseph Smith, right? Which is fucking crazy.
That's insane.
To like ask him about what kind of con man he is.
Tablets.
The tablets. But he also asks about like
tablets.
Hookup culture out there.
Right.
And they do talk about soaking, and then what's the soaking with help where they rock the bed?
Apparently those were like somewhat
shakers.
They talk the shakers or whatever. But they also talk about they make out really hard. That's what they do. It's like that's like sex.
Dry humping and making out.
They're like middle schoolers,
Yeah, it's like being in middle school until you're 28.
But then you have the Secret Life of Mormon Wives, and those chicks are just straight up.
Well, they're married. They're allowed. They get it all out once they're married. They're fucking.
Yeah, but they're fucking each other. So they were giving beegers to each other's husbands. That was the big.
Well,
that was,
you bottle it up that long.
How else are you gonna get married?
Yeah.
I mean, we all okay. I mean, all the rest of us get married as non-Mormons and end up not doing that. What are these Mormons doing?
We're banging before.
Yeah, we get some banging out of that. You got to get some banging
out early.
Yeah.
Get it out. Yeah.
We get the bang before. Anyway, I'm going to play the video with sound because it's better with music. Here you go. Here's the next talk to thanks to the Jumbotron. And this was played live in front of children, men, everyone. Here it is. Going around to the crowd. There she is. She's grooving. She realizes she's on the Jumbotron.
I'm on the Jumbotron. Yeah. She does like a sideways. She does a dick sucking dance.
Dick sucking
nice.
movement. Wait. Oh.
All right. So
double-handed.
She first does the
double-hand blowjob.
left hand with the tongue hitting her cheek on the inside. You know that blowjob.
The classic. Yeah, the classic. Yeah.
Right, and then she does the double-handed beeger.
When she did the double hand, I mean, that's really going for it. That's
here's what happens is she's dancing, and then she puts her tongue on the side of her mouth like she's grooving, and then she realizes, I know what this is. This is the dick in my mouth.
Partying.
Yeah. Boop, boop. dick in mouth, dick in the other side of mouth, and then double big.
Damn.
Whoa,
Yeah.
dude. Who was she with? Was that like her mom? That she was
with the Sarah Plainenthal dress with every inch of her body covered.
It's
I
the
mean, they're
diamond
clearly
dress.
Mormons.
Yeah. I guess they're Mormons. Yeah, but this Mormon, she's set the internet on fire. And
so suck cock once in a while. That one.
I watched some of these secret. I follow some of these secret lives of Mormon wives ladies on TikTok and IG, and almost all of them did the give me one margarita.
Right.
And during the head part, they did that exact move, the double-handed, the clean off polish.
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a great dance move.
Yeah.
She obviously made a lot of noise with it. So
I like how that's the still image that I'm having a great time with it, because she just.
I also feel like she got more time on the jumbo. Look at the woman to her left. The lady to her left.
Yeah, so Wes is just slow mo going back and forth when she does the double handed part.
I feel like she got more time on the Jumbotron because she started the cheek bump as a dance move, as you said.
Yeah.
And nobody can turn away. Yeah, nobody. Once she started doing the dick, I'm surprised that she got to the two hands before because the editor is probably saying the producer is sitting there in the thing, he's probably freaking out.
Yeah. Well, she got to the two hands because she started with the head weave.
Right, she started with the dance. It's good.
And then integrated the cheek pop into the head weave.
Right.
So the editor, or the live editor, had no idea. He was totally.
It took a second before she went. After she went to the other side with the dick,
you got to know they
were like, okay, got to get off her, and then it was too late. By the time that time she was double fisting it with the mouth wide open.
Yeah.
So have we heard from her?
Awesome. She's great.
No, well, Jake Paul has already found her and has offered her a 10-episode podcast deal worth a reported $500,000.
Fuck you. That's not true.
She's gonna give $500,000. Oh, that'd be
Kill
awesome.
me now. Shoot me in the fucking head.
The internet was.
Nobody would listen to the podcast, but everybody wants to know who she is.
Yeah, the internet was quick to point out, as you can see, and when she does the double move, that she does not have a ring on her finger. So either she's ready to party, single, recently divorced, and they were quick to say, well, if she's not married now, she's gonna be real soon with that action.
With those moves, I mean, that's a great way to catch a husband.
I don't think she's a Mormon. There's a Modelo right there. Someone's drinking alcohol.
I mean, she's clearly drinking alcohol.
Yeah. Mormons don't fuck that
doing
way.
The dick sucking dance on the Jumbotron. I mean, that's
no, but you're missing the point. Those two things are very separate from each other.
Yeah. So she might just be a nugget. She might just be a Denver girl.
I likes to, this all day.
Why did she do it? I just don't get it.
Listen, she was feeling it. She just saw herself and she's like,
crowd.
Yeah. I mean,
the emotion, the connection with the people.
Yeah.
And she knew it was she knew people were gonna have a great time. And obviously, we're having a great time watching it.
Yeah.
It was such a good dance that people are enjoying it for days.
Now, maybe this starts a trend. Maybe this will be the new Jumbotron trend. I hope so.
Yeah, that's great. Or like bring back like DX, like suck it. Yeah, this is great.
Yeah.
Getting way too sexual where they have to cut away from you. I think it's hilarious.
It's amazing.
Dude, I got to tell you what though, having kids now, I can barely get through a football game, especially with political ad season, but like also horror movie ad season. It's hard to get through that shit when you have like a 3-year-old or a 4-year-old trying to watch the game with them. I watched the Pat McAfee show today. I've never really watched it on ESPN. Yeah. He dropped like 4 hard F-bombs on ESPN. And I was like, this is the new reality that we live in.
F-U-C-K or F-A-F?
Fuck.
Oh, okay.
Fuck. Yeah. Well, like, how Dak Prescott said we fucking suck and mouthed it. And that was like the big thing over the weekend. They covered that. And it was like, yeah, Dak's out here saying we fucking suck. What the fuck? And I'm like, I guess that was part of the deal ESPN did. But my point is, no one cares anymore.
Beetlejuice. Yeah, nobody does care. I watched. Is this bad parenting? I watched the new Beetlejuice with the 3-year-old. Is that?
So
I remember it.
My concern though is creating a fear. I like to think about the fears that I had when I was young, and then where did they come from? Like, that movie with Fred Savage, Little
Drop Dead
Monsters.
Fred. Oh, Little
No,
Monsters.
Little Monsters.
Oh yeah, Little Monsters.
And Ernest
Remember
Scared
that one.
Stupid fucked me up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
Gremlins,
fucked me up.
Gremlins, Chucky.
Good old
Yeah.
fashioned me.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm telling you, Will, bad move. I mean, she won't remember it, but
Hopefully not.
yeah.
It's a good movie, isn't it? I liked it.
I did like the new Beetlejuice. Yeah.
But
So
you
some-
definitely unlocked some new fears that you're going to be dealing with later.
She likes horror stuff for the most part. But yeah,
That's
you're
what
right.
you think.
I pushed it too far.
might have opened up some creativity.
There you
in
go.
my mind. Yeah. Some other
You made a
comments.
goth girl is what you did.
Yeah, maybe. Along with the she's going to get married in no time. Some other comments. Jason AJX23 says, "You can tell she's the kind of lady who needs to suck dick and genuinely enjoys it.
What?
Those are the kind you marry."
Projection.
Yeah,
She needs to
she needs.
Run that comment by that guy's mom, please.
Gator says works in HR 100%. And then Jason AJX chimed in again, saying, "Whomever let this woman slip away is a damn fool. If she's willing to do that on the Jumbotron in public, imagine what she would put your dick through behind a closed door after a bottle of wine," which is a good point.
That guy's
Dick through.
Put your dick
Guy's
through.
thought
Yeah.
it through.
Yeah.
He's been watching that video back more than Wes.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, right. Because then he chimed in again, saying to his own comment, saying, "I've jerked off to this video 4 times now, and I don't see an end in sight."
Jeez, come on.
And then one more comment: 6 times, skipped dinner, not tuckered out yet. This woman has me under a spell.
Oh my gosh. She needs it. She's one of those that needs it, can't help herself. She's addicted.
6 times.
She's hard up for it.
No, just kidding. Jason AJX is me.
Yeah, no, I do that. but that
Was it
great. That's
perhaps
still funny.
a ode to Donald Trump? Is this the new Donald Trump signal? Because we've all seen this video now with the
With
mic,
the dick sucking,
the
of the
dick sucking mic.
microphone?
So maybe that's the new I'm for
She's
Trump
shouting out
sign.
Trump.
Yeah, who
with the
knows?
dick
Could be.
sucking band.
Yeah, could be.
Yeah, potentially.
I don't know. I think it's the best thing ever. She didn't give a fuck who was watching her, and she let everyone know that this is how she gets
Great
down.
man.
Speaking of Trump, little quick update from Mu Dang, who the world has fallen in love with. As you can see, just like they do on PMT, or used to do, I guess, with Larry the Goldfish to select winners of football games, they decided to try the same thing with Mu Dang over there. And as you can see, these are 2 fruitcakes that they constructed at the zoo where Mu Dang lives. One of them apparently says Donald Trump. The other one apparently says Kamala Harris. And I guess Thai is where they are.
I guess Ty.
Yeah. And here's the video of Mu Dang picking the winner. And sorry, Pat, that says Donald Trump. So according to Mu Dang, Donald Trump is going to win. If it's any consolation, the bigger, fatter hippo chose Kamala Harris. The Kamala Harris, fruit cake or whatever they're eating.
Is that the mother hippo?
I think so. Yeah.
So Mu Dang goes for Trump. The mother goes for Kamala.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it.
Anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty good. And hey, if all this election stuff has gotten you stressed out, anxious, Hard Factor is sponsored by BetterHelp. And I'd like to shout out my therapist, Chris, who helped me through a lot of stuff, sobriety, other challenges that I've been dealing with. Just
Like what?
Gambling.
No, I'm kidding. You didn't answer
What
that.
else you want to know?
How much time you got?
That was,
Yeah,
that
I
was
mean-
the joke. I don't wanna know.
How much? Yeah.
What else is going on with you? What's wrong with you?
Can't get a hand job at an Asian parlor. No.
No, the problem is I can, Doc, and I keep going back, and I'm too afraid. What's wrong with me?
Go on, Chris.
Not yet. So this month is all about gratitude, and along with the person I just shouted out, there's another person we don't give enough thanks to, and that's ourselves. It's sometimes hard to remind ourselves that we are trying our best to make sense of everything in this crazy world. That isn't easy, right? Here's a reminder to send some thanks to the people in your life, including yourself. Again, benefited, helped me stop drinking. Everything and anything that is going wrong with your life, or you think is going wrong with your life, even if you don't think it's going wrong, Therapy can help you explore that, give you a new perspective, and a different perspective than what's going on in your silly little brain is what we need most when we're dealing with problems, right? So, if you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched up with a licensed therapist and switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. Let the gratitude flow with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/hard factor to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/hard factor to get 10% off your first month. Do it. Give it a try. You'll be thankful that you did.
Do it. Do it. Hey, Pat, I'm going to jump in because I shouldn't go last.
Get in there, baby. Get in there.
Okay. Imane Khelif. Do you remember the boxing champion from the Olympics?
Yeah.
Of
course.
2024. This is her most recent Vogue Arabia cover.
Wow.
Imane Khelif.
That's a badass photo.
Yeah, bro. She looks like the
John
antagonist
Wick
in the Matrix or something.
Yeah,
John Wick, Neo. Yeah, she's going for there. Well, she's had a hell of a week in the headlines. Okay, Trump, I guess, had been using her in some of his campaign ads. Then there was that Vogue Arabia cover right there that was making the headlines, and then there was this. As you can see, tons of links here about Imane Khelif has XY male chromosomes. IOC should be shamed, blah, blah, blah. So she's back in the headlines. Okay. This report about her medical records comes from French journalist Jafar, starts with a D, DJAFFAR, 8 Aoudia, AOUDIA. I have no idea how to say that name. Jafar, AIT space AOUDIA. And this is what that journalist says on the records. It comes from the tightly closed drawers of two renowned hospitals, the Kremlin Bicêtre Hospital in Paris and the Mohamed Lamine Debouguine Hospital in Algiers. And it was written by the creme de la creme of endocrinology professors and heads of department, Soumaya Fadala and Jacques Young. And in their report that they submitted in June 2023, according to this Jafar, the two doctors, Young and Fadala, point out, without beating around the bush, Imane Khelif's pathology and alpha-5 reductase type 2 deficiency, a genetic anomaly which leads to metabolic dysfunction in testosterone and dehydroandrotestosterone, and it can only happen in biological males. The report apparently goes on to say the, quote, pelvic MRI shows, quote, an absence of a uterus, the presence of, quote, gonads in the inguinal canals, which is testicles in her abdomen, a, quote, blind vagina, and a micro penis in the form of a, quote, clitoral hypertrophy. So
blind
vagina. Yeah.
It's so apparently this condition, alpha-5 reductase type 2 deficiency, is like it's somebody who was born a biological male, but then their genitals never developed, kind of thing.
So she's like intersexed, probably, or something like that.
Exactly, Pat. It's a man who it's a person who was born biologically a male but thought they were a female their entire life, probably.
When your nuts are in your stomach, it's hard to tell.
Nuts are in your stomach, and you have a micro penis in the spot of a clit, and you have this thing.
But what about the blind vagina?
Yeah, it's there. That's what was there according to the medical report. And the, quote, hormonal exploration reveals a male type testosterone level of 14.7, while female gender does not usually exceed the maximum level of 3. So like over 4 times as much T as a woman's maximum.
So
allegedly,
were these stomach nuts just pumping testosterone into her belly?
Yeah, Wes, that's the problem with the report. Okay, so nobody really got this right. I'm just going to say that right now. Nobody really got this right. Everybody who was arguing about it till they were blue in the face, nobody really got it right. Apparently, among other embarrassing facts included in the medical report, Imane is allegedly severely depressed because she's been given this diagnosis knows that she needs transition surgery and medical therapy to support the transition to be, medically a woman, and even submitted this medical record to the IOC, who let her fight anyways and win gold in the women's boxing division in Paris anyway. So it's
tough.
a mess. It's a mess. All right. And nobody really got it right. Yes, biologically male, thought she was a female probably her whole life. But there you go. That's what actually, according to this leaked medical documentation, which seems somewhat realistic, that's what happened.
Who was the source on this? Like, why'd they do this?
It's a French journalist. I think they were upset. So I read their original report, and they're mad that Paris let it happen. It's like a French journalist who's pissed. And also this particular journalist, I think, was threatened when they came out with it last time. So they decided to come out with it again, and I guess include more details, more details about the medical report.
It's too bad her opponents didn't have this information ahead of time, because I would just be coaching them just body shot, right to the belly, right to the belly,
right to the nuts,
right to the vagina.
Yeah. Just drop one shot right to the belly. She's gonna go down like a sack of rocks.
It's smart that she's boxing though, because no low blows. You got to keep it above the belt, so it would be a penalty if anybody tried to hit her in the nuts.
Hit her in the belly.
So yeah, I mean it's a mess, very messy. Don't want to really joke too much about it, just because, look, it's a fucked up situation. She's a biological male who grew up probably thinking she was biologically female forever, and now we all know, and allegedly she's depressed because she's known for a while that it's been this way. And if that's what the case is, if the leaked medical reports are true. So
yeah, crazy, dude.
Yeah, crazy situation. It's just nuts. Yeah, it's a lot like that Semenya.
You said it.
Yeah. Did a ching.
Imagine the stomach ache she gets.
Well, that's the problem. Is like because of it. I don't think. See, normally they're saying that like people realize it's an issue when they're going through puberty. It becomes like medically addressed at that point. But because she's grown to the age she is now, and it hasn't been addressed, like she knows that she needs, like the doctors basically suggested she had to have like, transition surgery. Otherwise it was going to be unhealthy, because it's not,
What do you mean? Like remove the nuts from her belly and then?
Yeah. And then reduce her testosterone with injections.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Because I guess it could probably, I don't know what kind of health risks
they were like, you need a vagina.
No, it was like a medical suggestion, and it would require like a lot of therapy, like mentally and physically, obviously, because it's
it's terrible. It's tough for her.
It's just a fucked up situation. So like, and it's what, to me, I can see why everybody's pissed at the IOC, because they really thrust her in this position, right? Like, if they knew that this report was going to come out eventually, they even got a copy of it, and they still allowed it all to go on. They fucking set this whole thing up to basically blow up like this, if it was, if this thing is true at all.
Right. Yeah. Shit. Well, I hope she gets to keep her medal, because
probably, right? Like, I mean, because IOC, if they had this before the fact and still allowed her to box,
they'd be snatching medals. They'd be snatching medals.
Yeah, and there'll be people that she fought that'll come out and demand that they, blah, 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 got robbed and all that kind of stuff, which maybe they did. I don't know.
What's interesting is I watched Lance Armstrong on Bill Maher's podcast, and he was talking about, Bill Maher was like, you still have I guess you get a shirt maybe when you win whatever you get when you win the fucking Tour de France.
And the jersey, yeah.
The jersey. And pretty much what he's saying is, yeah, no, I cheated. It's been documented. I still got the jerseys because no one's come forth and said, well, if Lance didn't win and I got second, then I should get the jersey. No one's come forth. And I was like, that's an interesting point. Because essentially he was saying, like, everyone was dope.
Yeah. True.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think in this case, I mean, I'm not sure how many female boxers in the Olympics are on steroids, but,
well, the Chinese ones.
Yeah. In this case, you'd have to assume maybe not all. So.
Right. Okay, let's talk about some crazy shit. Maybe, kinda, maybe. Who knows? Epstein, Trump, real quick. So the author Michael Wolff has been just a thorn in the sides of powerful people for a long time. This guy's been around forever. He's in his 60s. He's an author. He writes in-depth books about power, effectively. And he wrote this book, Fire and Fury, which I read about the Trump White House years ago. And he's written other books. He wrote a book about Rupert Murdoch. Like, he gets in there. And I listened to a lot of interviews with him as of late because on his Fire and Fury podcast that he decided to launch after that woman who was Epstein's girlfriend and a model came out and said that Trump groped her. Right. He was like, let me just drop all the shit I have. And apparently his main source for Fire and Fury was Jeffrey Epstein, who he talked to in 2017 for a lot of hours. And he started dropping tapes of his conversations with Epstein, who Trump had said, oh man, I knew Epstein a little bit. He liked his girls young, but I haven't, I don't really know the guy.
He's always tried to maintain like an arm's distance.
An arm's length distance, right? But the first tape he dropped was Epstein talking in great detail about the inner workings of Trump's cabinet while he was in the White House, which like obviously would go directly against him not having any relationship with Trump whatsoever. But Michael Wolff has decided to drop the rest of the tapes through the Daily Beast. He has 100 hours of them. And
that's a lot of tape.
It's a lot of tapes, dude. And some of the shit coming out is pretty fucking hilarious. The first of the foremost is Epstein says, literally, I was his closest friend for 10 years. They were best buddies. And they hung out all the time. And the thing that united them was women. Because Epstein was the ladies guy that would bring ladies around. And Trump liked the ladies. And Wolf said they hung out in the 80s. And in the 80s, the big currency was models. Everyone wanted to fuck a model. And Epstein had the hookup on the models. So
aren't there a million pictures of them together then?
So here's the thing. Yeah. There are a lot of photos of them together, like 12 or 15 that have come out. In terms of photos, the interesting thing is we know that Epstein would record people having sex and then keep those tapes as blackmail. He didn't imply that Trump banged young girls. That's not what he implied at all. But he did, in fact, say that Epstein had in his safe some photos that he would, quote, toss around like playing cards. Right during their interviews, he went and got these photos, and it was Trump with like nude chicks on his lap, sitting on his lap at Epstein's house in Florida, that Epstein was clearly keeping in his blackmail trove that he has. And in one of the photos, I guess, in one of the photos, I guess Trump had jizzed his pants, and 3 of the topless ladies are like pointing at the stain on his jizz pants and laughing.
What a pick.
Yeah, Michael Wolff said it didn't appear to be like children that were on his lap. It was just topless models, right?
Yeah. Is this another P-tape thing we got going?
No, I mean, it's he's got the tapes, right? He's got the tapes. But
he's got the tapes of him talking to Epstein.
Yeah.
Sure. I mean,
Epstein
like
house,
the jizz picture.
Well, so it was brought up at a meeting recently in Congress where a senator was like, wait a minute, where the fuck is his photo? Michael Wolff said presumably they were in a safe when the FBI raided his New York apartment.
They got Tartiglione.
Right. Okay. So that's the other thing is Wolff directly implied that Trump had Epstein killed. He essentially, the guy that was interviewing Wolff was like, well, what happened with Epstein and going to jail? It's so weird that like the guy who's our biggest sex pest and evil man on the planet was best buddies with the guy that went to be in the White House. He said Epstein was very afraid of Donald Trump and would get extremely jumpy when he would talk about him. And Michael Wolff said, well, dude, you need to come out with all your information about Trump, your relationship with him. And Epstein would say, oh, naive Michael Wolff, you have no idea how the world works. And then he pretty much implied that Trump had him killed. But then he said, but then again, it would be really a crazy conspiracy for that to have happened, right? So many people would have to be in on it.
Well, I mean, he was also friends with the Clintons. There'd be a lot of powerful people that would have been happy to see Epstein go away.
Work together.
Right. So a couple interesting things with the tape, and they're still coming out, and they suck audio-wise because the guy clearly put the tape recorder down as background, right? So some of them are garbage, but Trump would try to fuck his buddies' wives. That was a big thing that he would do. So he would bring a guy into the room with his wife on speakerphone secretly, and then he would try and lure the guy into talking about fucking other women. Be like, I got these ladies coming in. You want to fuck them? How often do you fuck your wife? Do you fuck your wife often? Do you like fucking her? Come on, be honest with me. Do you like fucking her? Meanwhile, the wife is on speakerphone the whole time. That's something he would do.
Move.
Anyway, more tapes to come. A lot of people are saying, "Well, if you had 100 hours of tape, why wouldn't you release it earlier?" Michael Wolff he already dropped his book. That was kind of what he was thinking. And until Epstein died, he wasn't going to release his source. Now that Epstein's dead, he's an old fucking guy, and Wolf's like, "Look, I should have done this." They suck. The audio quality sucks, and he got in touch with the Daily Beast, and they're like trying to fix them the best they can. But anyway, more to come there. More fun stuff to come with the Trump Epstein situation. But they were best buddies.
Well, I mean, he's best buddies with Bill Clinton too. Also, what Wes was saying is like,
can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
I can hear you. Yeah, I mean, he was best buddies with Bill Clinton too, and like Wes was saying, Trump is just going to lean on the fact that publicly they were only buddies a long time ago, and so like, no matter what, the people, obviously Epstein was probably taken care of, right, in jail.
Yeah,
But,
I don't doubt that. I don't doubt for a second that Trump and Epstein had a relationship and probably, banked models together. That sounds perfectly logical to me. The big news would be if, there's something about Trump having sex with these underage girls that Epstein was also trafficking. So,
yeah. No. Yeah, that's crazy, Pat. Pat can't hear us right now. He's working on it. But yeah. So there's also cops that got hand jobs. I think we were going to talk about.
Oh,
but Wes, what do you? Is there any golf going on right now, Wes?
I was looking at the other day. It's ramping up. The Zozo is coming. Honestly, I've kind of, since I stopped gambling, I have been paying less attention to it.
Fewer sports. But yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Beetlejuice was great though. Beetlejuice was great. I gotta say,
I liked a lot. Cam and I went on opening night. It was fun. People were in cosplay and shit. It was cool.
That's nice.
But,
yeah.
Are we doing a show tomorrow as well?
Do you like I don't know if we're doing. I think we're gonna do a regular podcast and then take a quick break and then start up the live stream. Right?
Okay.
Is that?
Yeah.
It's usually how we've done it.
Yeah.
And that way. But then also, if you're just going to want to know about the election on the podcast, maybe just watch the live stream preview before you even listen to the podcast, because then you'll know what happened with the election. Although on tomorrow's show, November 6th, we're probably not going to have. Do you think we're going to have the winter, West, by then?
No.
You think we're going to have? No.
All the media is already saying it'll be like Thursday, Friday. Hopefully by the end of the week. I would hope by the end of the week, unless it's a blowout. Unless it's a blowout. But I don't think either are going to concede if it's close at all. So it's going to come down to, specific states, and that'll be it.
Yeah. Have you seen that map, that insane map of 2020 where there's only 3 counties that won the entire election for Biden? It's nuts. No. So it's like 3 counties, one in Arizona, one in Wisconsin, and one in Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
Had those 3 counties just not existed, Trump would have won. That's how fucking close it was. Like, in the electoral college count.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know. Pat doesn't know.
Pat's audio got fucked up, but trust me, he's got a hilarious story about cops getting hand jobs for as soon as he can hear us again. And it's probably going to be on the next pod. But
the next pod.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's wrap it up. We'll wrap it up. We'll say goodbye for now.
Wes, you got any? Wait, you have any recipes? Any good recipes recently?
I've been cooking a lot. Lately.
Shit. Sorry, guys.
Notorious foodie. You got it?
I can hear you. I don't know what happened to that. It's never happened before.
Are we going to talk about?
We can go to hand jobs real quick. So,
let's go real quick.
Louisville, Texas, like Denton area, their street crimes unit is in big trouble. 13 members of the police force have been disciplined after officers who were investigating massive and massage hand job spots engaged in, quote, inappropriate contact with the hand job ladies.
Well, it's tough to research it and then not, but Wes knows better than anybody. It's tough to research it and then not at least think about it. I mean,
listen, when you're in there, pretty much the only thing you're thinking about is even if you're not, even like me, not getting them, you still think about them.
Still like,
that's true.
What would that be like?
And guys, before we get into the bad, okay, let's get into the good, okay?
You're just constantly thinking about them.
Between 2022 and 2024, the Street Crimes Task Force was focused on jail parlors, and they did some really good work. in those 2 years. Okay.
Okay.
23 prostitution cases were filed. 28 suspects were apprehended. 32 criminal charges were brought against sex trafficked women.
Oh no.
Which is nice. Okay. Now, the bad. The district attorney declined to prosecute any of those cases because of just the immense amount of hand jobs that were received by police during the course of the investigation.
Yep.
Beyond that, $248,000 in cash and 2 vehicles had to be returned to the suspects. Let's go to a statement from the police chief.
They extorted them too, on top of taking hand.
No, they
jobs.
they seized the money. Like, hey, this is hand job money. We're taking this.
Right.
They stole it. Just straight up stole the hand job money.
No, they didn't steal it. It's just like you can seize cash if it's like used
this
for
is
hand
ours
jobs.
now.
And a lot of times that cash goes to the department. But
Little
let's
we'll be taking
Denzel
all-
training day action,
Yeah.
probably.
Exactly.
again, not
They're gonna
stolen, just seized. Okay, this is
Take
seized.
all the hand jobs and all the cash.
Not stolen again,
Pat,
boys.
Pat, did they have a count of how many hand jobs these cops took
Well,
in?
let's hear from the police chief, B. Rollins, who is talking about it.
This happened.
There's been kind of a culmination of events that we believe contributed to what actually occurred. We believe that officers started with good intention. We believe that their focus was decent and that their intentions were well off. We believe that even though they received training and established guidelines on how to operate, they deviated from those training and those guidelines early on.
13 officers were identified in the investigation. 2 sergeants and an
deviated,
officer
all right.
terminated.
Pretty
7
quick.
others suspended without pay for various times. 1 captain demoted. 2 officers counseled. Some reassigned. How intimate was the physical contact?
We've only been able to ascertain that all of the physical contact was from the suspected prostitute to the officer. It did not involve sexual contact or sexual intercourse.
Yeah, hand jobs.
Blowjobs and hand jobs.
Dude,
oh man.
How many guys were just clamoring to get on the street crimes unit? You guys are. Did you say you're getting together a massage parlor sting operation? Maybe I should get in on that.
I mean,
How
were
big
all
is
these
Louisville?
cops?
That was like half the force.
Yeah, I don't think all these cops were on. They just found out that, hey, if you go to this place, you can get HJ.
No, Wes.
no.
They were doing the investigation, but getting the hand job before telling them they were busted.
So this is essentially the vice unit, right? And
Right,
the chief came in and said, "Look, we got a real problem with these hand job parlors. So I don't know how many
Boys,
are
get on it.
I don't know how many are on the unit, but it's Lewiston, right? It's a small town. So if there's 13 or Louisville, if there's 13 people that have been implicated in getting hand jobs, it was pretty much all of them. It sounds like, right?
Taxpayer money getting these cops hand jobs.
So
Well, also, like, what the fuck were they thinking? You can't serve somebody with a crime after committing a crime yourself. They were thinking. Obviously, I know what they were thinking. They were thinking, what would this hand job be like? But then, they had to take themselves out of that for 1 second because you can't commit a crime and then. I mean,
the chief is like, "All right, boys, this investigation's been going on for 8 years now. We got how we looking at arrests?" yeah, chief, we're getting real close. We're almost there. Almost made the case, chief. Just a couple more visits here, guys. How they found out is absolutely hilarious. So after 2 years of just rampant hand jobs for 13 officers, they finally they made those arrests, okay, and they turned in the paperwork, and they turned it into the district attorney's office, which is how the legal system works, right? And the assistant DA was reviewing the filed cases and reviewing them with a fine-tooth comb, and the DA became very concerned about the probable cause arrest affidavits, which were extremely specific as it relates to how the hand jobs were given. So the DA is reading through this thing and was like, wait a minute, the detail on these things is impeccable. And it's the same in all of these reports. These guys were definitely getting handies. Yeah.
right. And then the DA was like, "Hey, did you know you can't solicit prostitution on the job?"
Well, at that point,
guys?
the DA said,
And-
we literally cannot file any of these charges. All the charges are dropped. Give the money back. Return the vehicles.
Yeah.
You horny bastards.
I wonder if my
Dumbass.
masseuse is out there giving hand jobs behind my back.
Well, you can ask Mark, because Mark was delivering Instacart recently and said that he dropped a bunch of lube off at a hand job parlor, which
Well,
is
they use that
hilarious.
to rub your back down too.
Yeah, okay.
Wow.
Anyway, apologies for going long. That's the show. Tune
better
into
not.
our
She better not,
election
That was great.
live stream. Tuesday night, we'll be on around 9 Eastern.
9-ish Eastern, you know.
Yeah. And get out there, have a great fucking day.